All right, we're going. Oh my gosh. So I'm so excited. Happy November 1st, everybody. And I'm so pumped to have Becky on here. It's so crazy. Like, me and Becky didn't even know each other before until we started doing these lives together. And it's just been so awesome getting to know you. I just love your spirit and your drive, and you just inspire the heck out of me. So I'm so glad that we're teaming up and doing this Zoom together this month. And hopefully this won't be, it'll be like the first of many. It'll be great.
Yes, I love it.
I know, me too. I'm so excited. So I'll just kind of introduce myself and kind of give my story. And then Becky, like, you can kind of do yours so everybody can kind of, we'll just get to know each other. But my name's Jennifer Swavely. I'm a triple diamond. I've been with this business for 4 years now. I can't believe it's been that long. I kind of went, everybody knows my story on my team. And Becky, I went live in your page. So I think some people know my story. But what I kind of really want to touch on today with my story is how important this time of year to work your business is. So I actually signed up in, I don't even know the date because I didn't do anything with my business when I signed up. But I remember on like January 28th, they made the decision to like start working my business, and I went double diamond 5 months later. Then life got in the way. I was planning my wedding, getting married, going through all of those things during fall and winter. And that was the first year that I was a little bit distracted with my business, and I didn't really understand the importance of this time of year. To me, now that I've been in the business for a few years, this is the most important time of the year. What we do this month and in December and leading into conference is going to set you up for the entire year. And I just want to explain to you, what happened the year that I kind of didn't focus my attention on working my business this time of year. I didn't promote it all that next year. And then the 2 years after that I did understand, like, I'm not doing that again. I want to build as much momentum as I possibly can before New Year's resolutions start with people, before conference hits and the bonuses get announced. I want that momentum building before. And both of the years that I worked during the winter months is when I promoted, and my paychecks skyrocketed more than I could possibly imagine. So I just really want you guys to understand that I know things get busy. I know that there's a lot more distractions this time of year. I know as it gets colder, like, you just don't feel like working. And I understand that a lot of different things can get in the way, but I really want you to understand here tonight that what you do this month, December and January, is going to set you up for so much success that you can't even wrap your head around right now. So that's kind of like what I wanted to touch on with my story. Becky, like, I would just love to hear, I'd love everybody to hear your story and everything too.
Absolutely. So my name is Becky Scott. I'm also a triple diamond. And I've actually been here, you guys, for like 6.5 years. So I joined back in June of 2011. And I love every bit of what Jennifer just said, because we actually live on a 100-acre farm. So, and, my dad does all kinds of like organic, gardening and all kinds of stuff. And the thing is, you guys, like, unless you're planting the seeds, you're not ever going to harvest it. So I love that 100%. But what I kind of want to touch on is that, like, sometimes I feel like we set goals for ourselves and then we miss them, right? Like, it's like you set this big bar for yourself to hit a certain rank, and then maybe you don't hit it and you get super discouraged. So with my story, I feel like it's more just having that grit and that persistence, because I did not promote. So I told you guys I joined in June of 2011. I did not promote to Emerald in this business until December of 2014. So I actually got stuck at Ruby for a very long time in this business, and it was kind of discouraging. And I really don't like that word, because I feel like a lot of times people are just like, we're discouraged. And it's like, really, the only reason that you're ever discouraged is because you're not working your business. And I can say that because that was me. And it was like I was working my business, but there was a lot of pieces that were missing, which, we're going to go over all that tonight with you guys. So by the time you get off this Zoom, you're going to know what to do. You're going to have the knowledge to go out there and do it, but you just have to be the one that's going to get out there and put the action in, because, being stuck at Ruby like that kind of played a toll on me for a good while in the business. And so once you promote past where you kind of get in like that little point where you feel like you're stuck or whatever, it's like it just takes off. It's like you just get it. And, like Jennifer was saying a minute ago, and like the whole thing with like the farmer planting the seed and all that stuff, you guys, like we're going to know who is working right now based on what happens January through May. Because we all know that like this business takes off. Like you better be ready, because I'm telling you guys, like I have earned $100,000 in good bonuses coming out of conference 2 different years. And so 50,000 one year and 50,000 the next year. But it's because I worked really hard, even when I didn't really see a lot of stuff happening. It was like, I wasn't really enrolling a lot of people during the winter months those years, but I was talking to people. And so that's what counts is, planting the seeds, talking to people, and just having that grit and that determination, to just push through it and just keep going. Even if you feel like, maybe you're not hitting certain goals that you want to hit, just keep plowing through it, because if you will continue to work your business through these months, then January, February, March, April, May, things are going to skyrocket for you guys, I promise.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that so much. It's so true. And, I feel like, I hate that word discouraged too, but I understand when people, they feel like they're talking to so many people during this time of year, but nobody's like pulling the trigger. Nobody's like signing up. Nobody's like responding back to them. But you guys, what you don't understand is that they're going to. Come January, the top 2 goals people have is to lose weight and to make more money. And we get to do both of those with this business. So it's crazy for you guys not to buckle down and really focus your time and your energy on your business right now, regardless of whether or not there are signups coming, happening right now. Regardless of that, it matters, but that doesn't really matter, because what happens in January will just blow your mind if you're focused.
Hey, actually, can I add one thing real quick? I kind of wanted to hit on this, and I feel like this is kind of a good time to talk about it, but like, can I just be real with you guys for a second? Like just 100%, like not to be mean, but a lot of you, I feel like you're probably thinking like, oh, my team is not working. And it's like, I feel like that's why a lot of us feel like we're kind of stuck. And that's where I was. So I'm kind of preaching to the choir. But like back in the beginning, I felt like I was stuck, because it was like, well, nobody's working and everybody's, you sign a few that sign a few that sign a few, that whole like network marketing thing. And it was like nobody was working at the time. But you guys, like sometimes you just have to be that rock star that's going to jump in there and enroll. So one part of my story that I kind of didn't really hit on is like when I promoted to Double Diamond, you guys, my checks were like $10K, because 90 to 95% of my chart was my personally enrolled people. I was working my hiney off and I was getting things done. So even though the other people weren't, maybe you build somebody to a certain rank if that's how you're working your business. And if you're not, that's fine too. It's all, it's your business, and that's the beauty of it. But if you're building somebody to a certain rank, don't look at it like, oh, I built them to Ruby, now they need to, work and get to Diamond, because you're the one that's trying to promote. So if you'll put in the effort and you'll go all in and just, focus on enrolling people, then wouldn't you rather your check be like super high, like 10,000 at Double Diamond, 13 to 15,000 at Triple Diamond, than you would to, just be kind of lazy and like expect for everybody else to do the work for you and have a lower check? Because I can guarantee you guys, the people that I built to certain ranks, their checks were not average, and mine were above average. But it's because I enrolled like 90 to 95% of my chart. So don't focus on like what your team is doing so much. Like, yes, you want to be there to help your team. You want to be there to support them 100%, but you also don't want to like rely on them, if that kind of makes sense.
Oh my gosh, I love the fact that you touched on that, because it's so true. Like, If you want to be ruby, there's 5 spots on that ruby chart. You fill them. If you want to be diamond, there's 24 spots on that chart. Like, you fill them. For my diamond chart, I would probably say too, like 90 to 95% of it I filled. And my paychecks were higher than normal. So what do you want to do? Do you want to wait around for your team to accomplish the goal that you want and have a lower paycheck? Or do you want to have the drive and determination to get the paycheck that you deserve and put in the work that backs that? And so I love that you touched on that, because I would much rather have a chart filled with all of my personally enrolled and have a higher paycheck and be proud of the paycheck that I earned because I put in the work, than to like wait around for my team to like do it for me, you know?
Yeah. Well, and it's like too, you know, if everybody on your team did what you did, would anybody make any money? And if the answer is no, like if you didn't enroll anybody, then go enroll somebody. Like that, I promise you guys, that will get you out of your funk. I don't know, like if any of you guys have ever been stuck, or if you feel like right now you're in that slow season, you're going to have your ups and downs. I've had them like up and down like crazy, but trust me, when you promote, it's worth it. But I have listened to Mike Patillo's Jump the Funk on YouTube like 500 times. Like every time I get in a funk, that's where I go. And he just says, you know, when you get it to a point where you feel like your business isn't growing, go enroll somebody. It will get you out of it. It will get you excited. You'll feel good about it. And then you'll start enrolling more and more and more. So it's awesome.
I love that. And like, I love how Pamela says this. I feel like I tell this to my team all the time, but the answer to every single problem in your business is new blood. If you're feeling discouraged, you need new blood. If you're not promoting as quickly as you want, you need new blood. If your team's not working, you need new blood. Like, that is the answer to every single problem. And that is why I love the fact that we have the steps to success and plan. Like, if you're doing the steps to success every single month, you're moving forward every single month. And it's just the way we have our stuff laid out is like perfect. Another thing that you touched on that I absolutely love is to like stop beating yourself up about like the goals that you haven't made. Because I can't even tell you how many times I made the goal to go double diamond, to go triple diamond, to go presidential diamond. You know what I mean? I can't even tell you how many times I've made these goals and I've fallen short of them. But you know what's so amazing is if I didn't set these goals at all, I wouldn't be where I am today. And I'm proud of where I am today, you know? So you got to set the goals, you guys, and you can't stop beating yourself up of falling short. Stop beating yourself up of, you know, not accomplishing everything that you wanted to last month. Today's November 1st. You got a fresh, clean slate, and we're going to kill this month. It's going to be an amazing month. We're going to have the teams whose businesses are exploding through the winter months right now. I know it's going down. Okay, so we wanted to talk to you guys about starting to get organized, like what you need to do, especially within, you know, today and this first week of the month, to really like set yourself up for complete success. And you know, Becky, like what's the one thing that you notice that you do every single month that makes all the difference in the world?
So my first thing is print your steps to success. Like you have to. If you do not have it like physically in front of your face, and your business is not growing, that's why. Like I promise you, that is why. Because I used to be that person that I was like, oh, I don't need to print that. Like I already know what I'm doing. I'm trying to sign customers and distributors, and I thought I kind of knew what was going on. But there's something about when you write down a goal and you have it in front of you. So like what I do is a little bit different. I actually I make my own. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I just make it like bigger. So like go big or go home. Like I'm not gonna just try to sign 4 customers and 3 distributors. That's the goal, but I'm gonna try to do it as many times as I can. So every time that I try to set like a bigger goal for myself, those are the months that I hit it. If I print off like a regular steps to success, that's what I end up filling out. But the very first month, because I used to not be like a real high enroller, the very first month that I ever wrote out my own steps to success, I just had this crazy thing in my mind, like I'm going to sign 20 distributors this month. And I think the most that I had ever signed before that was like 3. like literally 3. And I was like, I'm going to sign 20. And I walked around and I said it like all over the house. I'm going to sign 20 distributors. And I wrote it down. And guess how many I signed? 17. And I had 3 more that were getting ready to sign that night. And just their orders didn't go through. I had like a girl from Australia that needed some kind of tax number or something. So, you've got to, set goals that are realistic, but also that you can push for, that are going to be kind of out of your comfort zone. But that is like probably the biggest thing, that you have just got to have it in front of you and print it off so that you can see, because there's something just, isn't it kind of like, what's that word, like gratifying? I don't even know, but like just see yourself like check something off of a list, or to fill in the blank line on the steps to success. There's just something about that just makes you feel like really, really good and make you want to keep going.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we were talking about that earlier. You're a total list maker and everything too.
Yes.
I am obsessed with that because it makes you feel so good when you write out these goals, you write out your steps to success, and then it just gives you that confidence and that boost that you can do this and that you can keep going. So you guys, print out your steps to success. Think about what goals that you truly want to accomplish this month and write them out. There's something so powerful about writing out your goals. I just had my team write out my goals this month, and I'll just kind of go over like a few of my goals that I want to set for myself. I want to complete the steps to success 3 times. I want to go live almost every single day this month. I want to message everybody on my entire Facebook friends list. I've been wanting to do that forever. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with like the $1 Million Morning by Mel Robbins. It's so amazing. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it is just, I'll have to send you the link for you guys to check out, but it is life-changing, and it's all about, waking up a little bit earlier and starting your morning without your phone, without, distractions, and really using that time to get your mind right, which we're going to kind of get into that a little bit later about the importance of having your mind right. But oh my gosh, when I'm doing this, when I am doing like the $1 Million Morning where I'm just like focused on that, it changes my whole entire day. I'm way more productive. I'm way more positive. I'm way more excited. And I feel like things naturally come my way because my mindset is so clear and right. So, and then I want to help 3 people go Ruby and earn $1,000 in bonus cash this month. So seriously, you guys, think about what you want and write it down for real and put it in front of you, because it changes everything. Have you watched The Strangest Secret?
Yes, okay. I preach to my team. Earl Nightingale, watch it every day. Every day, like especially if you're trying to promote, like I post that like y'all like raise your hand, like tell her. I'll post it like every probably month or something like that. Like, you guys need to watch this. It's only 30 minutes and it's so good.
It's amazing. It's one of my favorites. It's just like a quick half hour, but I love it so much. Like the analogy that they use in there, and thinking about you have 2 different ships leaving the harbor. One of them has a crew on it. They know exactly where they need to go. They have it all mapped out, and 99.9% of the time they're going to reach their destination. But then you think of another ship that has no crew on it, no destination in mind, no plan of action or anything, and they're not going to reach any destination. And that's the same thing with this business, you guys. You can't just wake up in the morning and just kind of work your business whenever. You need to, nobody gets to diamond or promotes by accident. It's really intentional, focused attention towards this business. And I just love that. So yeah, that was a figure out which goals that you want for this month, print out your steps to success, and that is going to be huge.
Yeah. One other thing too, so I'm in like this like Diamonds and Up group for our ambassador, and she did this video the other day that I shared with my team, and I was like, man, it just made so much sense. It's like during these months where you maybe feel like you're not enrolling as many people. Like, I don't want to put that in your head, because this does not have to be a slow time, you guys. Like, it is what you make it. But just given the fact that, people have holidays and stuff like that, she said, take this time to clear out the clutter in your life. Like, just kind of get things ready, because come January, like, you're not going to be able to keep up. If you're working right now, when January 1st hits, you are not going to be able to keep up. So I know this is going to look like really crazy to some of you guys, but I literally printed off my whole Facebook friends list, and it took a lot of paper and a lot of ink, and I'm green, but it really helps me. But I'm going through and like decluttering. My goal is actually to reduce the number of friends that I have, so I can be super intentional with the ones that I'm trying to sign. So like, you guys, I've got people on there that literally are deceased. I have people that have not posted since like January of 2013. Like, those people got to go. Like, they got to get off my Facebook, because you can only have 5,000 friends. So when you're getting, organized and stuff, like, just kind of get everything prepped. Like, even if you're not talking to people about the business right now, be talking to them about, just life, so that you're in the front of their mind. And that way, come January, when they're ready to sign up, they're going to come to you, because you're building that relationship with them. So I'm like literally just going through there, and like, I'm going to every single person's page, commenting on like 3 or 4 things and adding them to a list, which that's like a whole nother thing that y'all might have to do later. But if you'll do that and get organized, then come January, you're going to have like more of a system that you can really get going, to where, you'll have those people lined up, and they'll be thinking of you when they're thinking of like, oh, hey, I need to make some extra money, or I need to lose some weight. You're going to be the person that comes to their mind.
I love that. I love Facebook lists. They're my favorite. Something I wanted to show you, just because like our upline challenger 8 showed us this, and it was just amazing. But if you go to your Messenger app and you go to the people in the bottom right hand corner, and you scroll down, it'll give your entire friends list in alphabetical order. So that's what they've been kind of teaching us how to do. If you don't have like all the paper and all of that to print it off, you can go through that. And I'm just kind of making it a goal to go through like every single letter each day. And like you said, clearing out the people that aren't active, that aren't doing anything. Maybe I don't even like their vibe. Maybe it's somebody I don't even want on my team, and really just starting to clear everybody out. So that's another way that you can do it as well. Okay, what was the next thing? Okay, so another thing to do is to set a points goal of points that you want to earn this month with these bonuses that we have going on right now. Is anybody else hearing like crickets?
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, that's me. Everybody always says that. We have got like reptiles, like lizards and all kinds of stuff, so they eat crickets. Let me mute myself. Everybody's always like, oh, we know Becky's on when we hear crickets.
I'm dying. Okay, I thought I was losing my mind. I'm like, is it something else? Oh,
I would turn it around and show y'all if I could.
Only in
on
North
my desktop.
Carolina.
We've got like a bearded dragon and chameleons and leopard gecko and turtles and.
Oh, it's fine. Just as long as I know I'm not losing my mind. Okay, got it. Okay, so set a points goal of how many points you want to like.
That only happens in North Carolina, by the way.
So set a points goal of how many $100 bonuses that you want to earn this month, you guys. Like we were talking, and it's just, if you complete your steps to success this month with fast start bonuses and with, helping your new team members get their customers, that's like $700 in bonuses that you can earn this month. Say your goal is to sign, 3 distributors this month. 3 distributors, that's like 6 points. That's an extra $100 right there. Help each one of those people get their 4 loyal customers. That's another $100 for each one of those persons on top of fast starts. So, really come up with a specific number. Is there, a certain amount that you need to make to cover your Christmas gifts that you want to spend? Is there a certain amount, that would be great? Does your car need to be fixed? Like, think of a certain amount of money that you want to make and come up with your game plan, because these bonuses that we have going on right now are it's just crazy. Like, I just love our company and the bonuses that they put out for us, that not only can we get these, but we can get our fast start bonuses on top of it. So again, this is where it comes out, where, having a clear plan of what exactly you want is going to get you the results that you want. 5 points is $100. Yeah. So every loyal customer is 1 point. Every distributor is 2 points. Whenever you get your new distributors, they're 4 loyal customers within their first 30 days. That's 5 points. Help somebody on your team go rubies, 4 points. So there's a lot of different ways for you to earn these points. And it's all completely doable when you come up with a consistent plan every single day. Another thing that we want to talk about is figuring out like your charts. So a lot of you guys are so close to hitting your promotions this month. A lot of you guys, maybe you fell back and you lost your rank, but you're so close to getting that back. Figure out what exactly you need in order to maintain your rank again, or to reach your next goal of what you want to reach. And that's figuring out, how many distributors that you need, how much volume you need under each person, like really having, again, that clear plan of action of what you need to do. And if you need to erase some people from your chart, do that. There's nothing worse than having a chart filled with a bunch of people at 0 volume that have no intention of working this business. It's way more refreshing and exciting to erase those people from your chart and put new people in there that are excited about this business as much as you are and that want this. Because you could have somebody on your chart and put loyal customers underneath them, or you could sign up a brand new rock star that's fired up and matches everything that you do. So don't be afraid to erase people off your chart if they're just not ready to work, or it's just not their time yet. That's fine. I've erased so many people off my chart, and if they decide to come back, that's fine, but I'm not counting on them to do it, So, and like we talked about earlier, like, you want to have a chart where the majority of people on that chart you enrolled. That just means your paycheck is going to be that much higher. That's what you want. So, Becky, do you have anything to add to that? Or Linzy, I know you just did that with your whole team today. Do you want to chat about that? I just love you.
Does she know how to unmute? Oh, no,
okay, I think I'm unmuted now. I'm good now. Yeah, so I just had this, me and Jen had a conversation. Hi guys, my name is Linzy, I'm a diamond. But me and Jen had this conversation earlier today too, just about, our goals for the month and everything like that. And it is so debilitating when you can sit there and you look at your chart and you just think to yourself, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? Like, because really at the end of the day, when you look at your chart, it is your job to fill. It's nobody else's job. It's nobody else's responsibility to get you to that next rank. It's not your upline. It's not your downline. It's nobody. So, but I sat there and I looked at my chart and like, crap, I've filled so much volumes for so many different people on my team that aren't working. And you can sit there and you can just kick yourself for it, or you can sit there and you can do something about it. So, instead of just sitting there and beating myself up about not making better decisions, or because how am I supposed to know really, I just got rid of them. And the number to fill my chart is big, but just like Pam Souter always says, the fact that it's new blood, you bring in new people, not only is that 2 points towards your bonuses, towards your $100 bonuses, but that's fast start bonuses. That's brand new people that are super excited about the business. I can't tell you how inspired I get when I'm working with someone that's like, let's go, like, what do I need to do? And I tell them a task and they come back at me once they're done with that task. And it just fires me up and it relights my fire. So to fill your chart with new blood, or to get rid of people that aren't working, that you feel like you have to drag along, like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So the more that you can pour into the runners, the more that you can pour into the people that are pushing for their goals and their dreams and everything, instead of trying to reignite people's fire, it just automatically reignites your fire. And yeah, I got rid of a lot of people on my chart today. But, and none of which are on here, like none of which show up on the team Zooms. They don't get involved. They don't do anything like that, and that's something that you got to keep in mind. So, you got to participate. You got to, shoot, because really, if you sit here and you think about it, like if you're out there lollygagging on your own, trying to run this business and do your own thing and just expect to always be inspired, you're gonna hit a wall. And I don't know. I guess stay tuned in, because really it's going to be something that somebody else says one time and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, that was it. That's exactly what I needed to hear today. And it's go mode after that, so don't be afraid to, it's not like you want to say goodbye to these people, but don't be afraid to erase them, and just move on.
I love that. I love the fact that you said that too, because like, I love everybody on my team. I wish that everybody had the fire and drive and, I wish everybody wanted to work this business and change their life as much as I do. But the fact of the matter is, like, people don't. They're not willing to put the work in behind it. And, that's fine. If they ever come to the point where they're ready to start working this business again, that's great too. But that shouldn't, other people's, the way that other people are working their business shouldn't dictate how you decide to work yours. And so I love that you totally brought that up. Okay, so another thing that really helps me out a lot, I mean, if you don't have a planner, you absolutely need a planner, but just planning out your week ahead. You have to, again, that comes down to, you don't accidentally work this business, you make it a priority in your life. So take the time tonight after you get off of this Zoom and really look at the next week ahead of time and figure out when you're going to give at least an hour of solid work, dedicated, focused time working this business, because you will be blown away on how much that you can get accomplished in such a short amount of time when it is focused and it's super productive and everything that you're doing is income producing. And you'll be so amazed on how much that you can get done when you plan that out ahead of time. When I started this business, I was working 50 to 60 hours a week. I was commuting 2 hours per day. I was trying to plan my wedding. I didn't have a lot of free time. But because I planned my time and I made this business a priority, I went double diamond in 5 months. So it all just really comes down to planning. There's always going to be something that probably pops up that sounds a little bit more fun, or you'll put this on the back burner and just say you'll do it tomorrow. But make this business a priority, and it will pay you so much more than you can possibly imagine. Is there anything that you want to add on to that?
I don't think so.
Okay, so the next thing we wanted to work on too, which I think is going to be the biggest thing that will ignite everybody's freaking business like crazy, is starting your own personal product testimony this month. Starting it this month. This is what is going to get people interested. You can't start your product testimonies on January 1st. Everybody's already got their game plan already made by that point. But you guys, just picture this. Imagine if you picked a handful of products that you decided that you're going to use faithfully this month and next month. And by the end of December time, you have killer before and after pictures to show with everybody. And you're plastering those all over your Facebook and showing everybody the killer results you're getting. Your awesome before and after pictures. You're talking about how great you're feeling. You're talking about all this. Who do you think is the first person that people are going to think of when it comes to them wanting to accomplish their New Year's resolutions? So I want you guys to really, if you're not running an auto shipment, this is the month to start it. If you're not using your products faithfully, this is the month to start it. It's just so huge to start getting those before and after pictures. And me and Becky were talking, it's easy to start slacking off on using your products, or, eating a little bit worse than you're supposed to and all of that. It can totally sneak up on you. So I'm just pumped to really start this and use all the products faithfully, because I promise you, if you do that, your business is going to explode like you can't even imagine in January.
Yeah, and the other thing is too, you guys, like, it doesn't have to be certain products. Like, I feel like everybody's like, oh, well, you know, I have to use the wraps or something. Like, just find something that you like, because I'll be honest, there are 3 products that I do not like, and I do not sell them because I don't like them. But every other product I love, and I use them like crazy. Like our skincare, I've got an awesome testimony for our skincare, and I literally have people ask me all the time, because I don't wear makeup like at all on my face, and I have people ask me all the time, like, you know, oh my gosh, what skincare do you use? Because I used to get like all these like little bumps kind of around my eyes. So just different things like that. It doesn't have to be like weight loss or the wrap. I mean, you guys know what we have, but just find something and get creative with it, because I will tell you guys this, like my leg pictures, I'm kind of like a modest person, I guess. Like I am like scared half to death to post a belly picture of me on Facebook. But whenever, like, I'm actually on my weight loss journey right now, because I've gained about 30 pounds just from living life. Because, I mean, when you start making money, you start eating good. Like, I mean, you start eating, you know, appetizers and, you know, dinner, and then you get dessert. And I've been drinking all this soda and stuff. I mean, so when you start gaining the weight, people want to watch your real story and know that you're not, you know, just trying to sell them something. They want to see what's going on with you. So I have posted my legs before from where I wrapped them. And I literally gave myself a thigh gap. Like my pictures were so crazy from before and after 45 minutes with the new wraps, that every single time I post them on Facebook, I kid you not, like I will get like 10 potential customers from it. But if I post somebody else's pictures, I might get like a potential here and there from it. And I always message the people that like it and stuff like that. But I mean, I'll maybe get like 2 people that like it. I mean, some of you guys, you know what I'm talking about. It's like you post like this, you know, life post, and you'll get like 100 likes on it. And then you post a before and after picture and you get like 2 likes. People are still seeing it, but you just don't have as many people to message. If they're seeing your results, they're going to start messaging you. And I mean, you're still going to have to talk to people, but it's just going to be a big deal, I think, too, for, you know, for everybody's business.
Oh my gosh, 100%. And it's so crazy. So I always bring back to, I feel like one of the main reasons why I promoted so quickly in the beginning is, one, I made the decision that I was going to do it, and I didn't give myself like the option otherwise. But the second reason is I decided to go all in. Like if I was going to work this business, I was going to show people that these products worked and why I was so excited about it. So when I first started, me and the girl that enrolled me, my friend Shauna, you guys, I can't even believe that we did this, but we did live videos, not live videos because there wasn't live videos then, but we made a video every single week, and we would literally weigh in. We would show the weight that we were at. We would show like, you know, like this is how we are, like these are the products that we're using, this is what we're doing, like this is how we're feeling. And every single week we would like update people, like we lost 7 pounds this week, this is what we're doing, this is, you know, and we walked everybody through that. And I had lost like close to 25 pounds when I was doing that. And I signed up so many people because, like Becky said, like people don't care necessarily about these other before and after pictures. But when you say, this is me, this is what the products did for me, this is why I'm so passionate about this company, this is why, this right here, and you can visibly show people how these products are transforming your life and your body and the way that you're feeling, that is when people will become passionate about it too and really believe what you're saying. It shut up all my haters, that's for sure. They couldn't say anything. So that definitely, make your decision, like what products you're going to use, and just use them faithfully. So another thing we kind of wanted to touch on is law of attraction, and how important it is. I feel like we kind of touched on that. It's just really like knowing where you want to go and believing that it's possible, you guys, and believing that and then envisioning that happening for you. Like imagine yourself 6 months from now. We already went to conference, You've been putting in all this work over these last few months. The bonuses were announced at conference. You're yelling and screaming at conference. You can't believe whatever that they just announced. And you made the decision right then and there that you're going to do it and that you're going to run after it. And just visualize yourself like 6 months from now, you with like a completely different paycheck. You with a $10,000 paycheck, you paying off all that debt, you taking that vacation and like booking that vacation, being able to pay for it in cash, you being able to like put in your resignation at work and being able to be a stay-at-home mom. Like visualize what it is that you want, like picture it, because I feel like so many times we set these goals and maybe you don't fully believe that it's possible, but who are you to tell yourself that it's not? You can accomplish anything that you guys want to do. The only thing that's standing in your way is you telling yourself that you can't do it. You can literally do anything that you want with this business, and this opportunity will open up so many doors for you. And you really need to understand what you have your hands on here with It Works, and what an amazing team that you have, and the leadership that we have is just incredible. And you need to understand that you are deserving of whatever goal that it is that you want to accomplish. You're so deserving and so worthy of whatever goals that you have that are on your heart. All of you guys deserve that. You signed up with this business for a reason. You're here for a reason. And you need to understand that you guys all deserve for this to happen. And that there's nothing that can get in your way if you just make that decision that you're going to do it.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. First of all, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So, realize that. I mean, I love that she brought that up, because you guys, like, can I be just real with you guys for a second again? I kind of wasn't going to bring this up, but I feel like somebody might need to hear it. So I kind of just feel like I need to say it. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. The last 3 months in my business, I have signed 0 distributors. And I am like a high and roller. Like, I'm one of those people where, like, the first part of the year, like, when they did that $10 deal, I was like a top and roller, because I think I signed like 32 distributors or something like that in a week. But a lot of you are comparing your business. Instead of comparing it year to year, you're comparing it month to month. And you're looking at what you're doing right now. And you're looking at your enrollments right now. And you're like, oh, my gosh, like, my checks were like $2,000 in January or February. Or let's say March, because March is usually like my peak. So I'll say, like, in March, your checks were maybe $2,000, and now they're only $800. But you can't compare March to November. I mean, yes, your business can grow over the wintertime, you guys. Like, it is what you make it. But March is just naturally, like, the peak of this business. It's kind of like tanning salons. If you have a tanning salon, they're not going to have their peak of business during the summer, because everybody's outside getting tanned up at the beach. So they're not going to be, in the tanning bed. But, a lot of you guys are comparing it month to month instead of year to year, but I went back and ran my numbers, and I'm trying to remember if I said this on the live that I did in your team page or not, Jennifer, but I went back and ran my numbers for every single year in this business. And the first year in business, I signed 0 distributors. The next year, I signed 1 for the entire year. This is not like monthly. This is the entire year. The second year in the business, I signed 1 distributor. It was my mom, who's now a double diamond on my team. The next year, I signed 2. The next year, I signed 4. The next year, I signed 27. The next year, which was last year, I signed 38 for the entire year. So you can see every year I was getting better. But even though I haven't signed any distributors over the last 3 months, I've still signed 48 so far this year. So I'm still better than I was last year, if that kind of makes sense. So don't beat yourself up if it's something like that. But you got to realize that it's like, I went to a Tony Robbins event. It was like Tony Robbins, and there was like some real estate people, and like Marcus Lemonis, that guy off of that show, The Prophet, and like a bunch of cool people there. And, I've heard this before, but sometimes it just takes you hearing it like a bunch of times for it to sink in. But you guys, this business is 80% mindset and 20% mechanics. So yes, you have to put in the work, and you've got to take massive action. But if you don't believe you can do it, you can work your heart out, and you can work all day long. But if you don't think you're going to do it, it's like that. Another saying is like, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. I tell my kids that all the time. It's like, it's not if you can or you can't. You were fearfully and wonderfully made. Like, God's got so much abundance for you guys, but if you don't believe that you can have it and you don't believe in the promise, then how are you supposed to get it? You know what I mean? Like you have to just know that you can. And if I know sometimes it's hard, you guys, because I didn't believe it at first either. But if you can't believe in yourself, then, you know, let us believe in you and just like borrow ours for a while. I know that's kind of easier said than done, but it's like, just keep going, keep working on yourself, because the more, you know, if you feel like you're doing all the things, add some personal development. Watch The Strangest Secret. That's like literally one of my favorite go-tos. I mean, anytime that I'm feeling like, oh, you know, I kind of need some pep or whatever, that's what I go watch. But you guys, what's crazy, the reason I told you all that is because over the past 2 weeks, I have literally poured into myself. Like I have literally, like I kind of hit this point where I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, why am I not signing people? There's something wrong. And so I started listening to The Strangest Secret. And I got on YouTube, you guys, and I watched like so many different videos on like the law of attraction and just like a bunch of different stuff. And some of them, it's like they sound like these old movies from like, I don't even know when TV was invented, but probably like the 20s or something. They're like really old, but it's so true. And I started like literally going around my house and telling myself, you know, all these different things that I was going to do. And it's so crazy because I sat down and I worked. The last 3 months, when I look back on what I did, I didn't message enough people. And I know that's what I did. But if you can look at it and you can pinpoint, like, you know, what do I need to do more of? And just sit down and message more people. And something will come to you in a form that you didn't even realize. Like, have you guys ever, like, woke up in the morning and it's like you just have a new loyal customer on your account and you're like, oh, yay. It's because you did something to get it. But it might not be the same person that you messaged, but either somebody's going to sign up on your website, somebody's going to message you. You guys, I've had so many people messaging me over the last few days, and it's like people haven't messaged me for 3 months. So it does work. You just have to like tell yourself that you're going to do it, decide you're going to do it. And I literally am walking around with a check, like a blank check. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not. If y'all don't have it, I'll send it to you. But it's a blank check signed by Mark Pentecost. And I have it in my wallet filled out for February of 2018 for $21,000 for my commission check. And it's literally in my wallet. It's like Jim Carrey sat there and carried around that check for $10 million for years. And he just looked at it every day and said, you know, I'm going to make $10 million. And then what happens? Dumb and Dumber comes out and he makes $10 million bucks. So there is something to that. You just got to keep working on yourself and just, it'll eventually start working for you. I promise.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that. I feel like, you know, just as humans, we like just gravitate more towards the negative. We gravitate more towards the lack of. We start focusing on our team that doesn't work, our paycheck dropping, our you know, just all the negative things that can happen in life or in business. But really, when you start switching your focus to gratitude, and just being so thankful for like what we have our hands on with this business and for our amazing team, you guys, and just for amazing leadership that we have. Like before I started this business, I didn't have friends like all of you guys. I didn't have people that had huge goals and had, you know, like really wanted to truly change their life and positively impact other people's lives. Like I didn't have that. And I didn't have an opportunity where I could literally work from my phone anytime that I wanted. I didn't have a job where the sky truly is the limit on how much that you want to make. I didn't have the kind of job where I could pick who I wanted to work with. And so it's just like really getting back to like being so thankful and so grateful for the opportunity that's at hand and just embracing the challenges and the struggles that comes with being a business owner, and just understanding that as long as you're moving forward and putting one foot in front of the other and just focusing on being grateful and working your business every single day, that good things are going to come to you. And so I'm so glad that you touched on that too. I'm like hugely obsessed with the law of attraction and any videos that is about that. But I think kind of like the last thing we kind of really wanted to touch on is conference. So how many of you guys have your conference tickets that are on here right now? Who is going to conference?
Me.
I love seeing all these hands going on right now. This is amazing. I'm so excited. I know for a lot of you guys that are on my team, this is going to be your guys' first conference. You know what's really crazy is majority of people that raise their hands that are on here that are going to conference. Like, that's amazing. You guys should really give yourself a huge pat on the back for being on here in the first place. And because obviously you guys are the ones that got your conference tickets and that are on here ready to kill this month. So I'm like so proud of everybody that's on here, that it just shows that you're ready to take your business to the next level. You truly want this. You're hungry to change your life. And the only thing that's holding you back again is just your mindset and putting in that major action. So again, so anybody that doesn't have their conference ticket, or if you have team underneath you, like, talk to them about the importance of getting to conference. Conference for me, what it does is conference just builds your confidence level. It builds, when you're confident about the company that you're with, the products that you're using, the leadership that has your back, the CEO that has a freaking heart of gold. When you're confident about all of those things and you hear somebody's story that just helps develop that belief within yourself that you can do this too, that's what conference does. It boosts everything up and you just leave conference feeling like you can do anything. Like that, it just blows all of those doubts that you have away. And it really, you just leave there on fire. And not only that, but you get all this bonding time with your team and you're surrounded by all these people that you guys all set these goals together. You have like this tight crew of people that are going to have your back and push through and all promote together too. So if you haven't gotten your conference ticket, do it. Just do it. It's so worth it. And if you have people on your team, just really help them understand that they have to be there. There's payment plan for the conference tickets. You get the wrap rewards so you can pay for it yourself. Cram them all in one room if you have to, and just, you know, make it as cheap as possible and just get there. Because it is just, it's absolutely life-changing.
You know, can I add something and kind of take it a step back really quick before we call this? Because I know we have to hop on another Zoom. But, you know, what I want to really kind of like leave you guys with and leave you really thinking of and planting a seed right now is remember that this is a business. This is your business. So you have choices, right? You can either make like hobby money and make just a few $100, you know, whatever, or you could treat this like a business. And right now, you know, you're going to see a lot of people consider this the slow season. But then you're going to see the ones that decide to set themselves apart, and they're going to be crushing it right now, November, December, January. And those are going to be the people that just are going to be on the show me the money calls with Pam Souter. Those are going to be the people that you just see blast out of nowhere. You never even knew their name, but somehow, some way, like they just promoted like yesterday. And I just want you guys to really take this time and really, even if it's just building relationships, even if it's just creating those friendships on Facebook and on Instagram and everything like that part is huge. And it's going to set you apart from all the other It Works people that just blatantly blast out random messages, right? So start building those relationships now and start treating your business like a business now, not in January. Do not wait until January. Do not take these next couple of months off because it's the holidays. Work harder than you've ever worked. Work as hard these next 2 months as you did when the $9.99 deal came out. Like I'm telling you guys, like I've sat there and I've regretted not working harder this time in previous years. Like I know for a fact like what's coming. We all know for the fact that the bonuses that are announced at conference are going to be ridiculous, mind-blowing, amazing, because every year is something better. So don't, just don't fail yourself and don't fail your dreams and don't just, give yourself the best opportunity to kick ass, because really like that's what you deserve. Like don't sit here and just like, I wish, I hope maybe one day it'll happen. No, make it happen. Make it happen. You have the opportunity right now. So that's what I wanted to leave you guys with.
Woo! I love you. I feel like that was so amazing. Oh my gosh. I'm so fired up, you guys. November is going to be insane. It's going to be so amazing. And make this month, make November the month. You're not going to make any excuses. You're going to make this business a priority. You're going to be one of those success stories. Like Lindsay said, you're going to be on Pam's Show Me the Money call. You're going to be that like crazy story where like, what's her name? Nicole goes from Ruby to Presidential Diamond. Like, why can't that be you? There's no reason why that can't. And what you do right now is what's going to make that happen for you next year. And so I'm pumped up. I don't know, Becky, if you have anything that you want to add, but I'm like fired up and ready to go.
I mean, I don't think so. The only thing is, I mean, you guys, it's massive action is what it is. I mean, just no excuses. Like, stop telling yourself you don't have time for stuff and all that jibber jabber. It's all a bunch of lies. Just take massive action and just pour into yourself during this time. And when January comes, if y'all will stay consistent and you will take that massive action, it has to be consistent. You know, that's kind of one thing that I feel like a lot of people miss is like, you know, they get really excited for like a week. They work their business for like a week and then they kind of slack off. But if you'll be consistent between now and conference, your business is going to explode. And it's like they said, you know, you're going to be that, you know, Nicole Scuderi or whatever her last name is, and you're going to like promote like super fast. I mean, you guys, like, if I can go from Ruby making like about $600 a month to a 10K double diamond in 4 months, can you imagine like how much your check can explode the new year? Like it's going to be awesome. So I'm excited. I know you guys got to go and get on your other Zoom too. So.
Oh my gosh, this has been so amazing, you guys. Dude, Becky, I freaking love you. Thanks for.
I love you too.
And Lindsay, thanks for like always firing me up. Like she's the one that kicks my butt. I love her. So this has been awesome. Let me